Yesterday was a huge day for LSU, interiorly, right. Personally, they brought in Blake Baker, a great hire as defensive coordinator, a guy that, and I'm going to get to the theme I'm seeing from Brian Kelly here. Then you bring back Bo Davis, who's one of the best defensive line coaches in the country. You get him from Texas for not that much more money than really in reality what he was making there. I think that tells you kind of the connection. What it seems like to me, Matt, because I've said this a million times, LSU, I still think, even with Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase and these Jaden Daniels winning the Heisman and Malik Neighbors, when I think of LSU, when I close my eyes, I still think of a defense that is flying around, knocking people upside down, running in that purple and gold, making big plays on special teams, and striking the fear of God physically into other teams when they get off of the bus and when you turn on the tape. And it's hard to recreate that from the outside, but it seems like Brian Kelly is bringing back guys that understand it, that feel that have had their hands in the Louisiana mud and muck and understand how to spice the gumbo and are going to get those guys to, regardless of scheme, to play with the effort level and the physicality and the type of human being that LSU is used to seeing on defense. I think he's bringing it back home. He has to have balance to be able to win a national championship. You just had the Heisman winner and didn't even make the college football playoff because you were that bad defensively. But in your opinion, has this taken the Saban news out of it? It's obviously big. But these hires on the defensive staff, have you ever felt as confident in a coaching staff outside of Nick Saban than you do right now on the one that LSU has?
Look, LSU's had some good staffs. I can certainly understand the argument about the head coach and the success he's had, but I think the premise of the sentiment is completely right. It took Brian Kelly a little while to get to that end to realize, hey, I don't need Brian Polian hopping on planes, jet setting all over the country to recruit 3-stars. The reason LSU has an advantage inherently is the dirt. You can throw a rock and hit 3-stars everywhere in Louisiana.
You're the only state school,
man.
I mean, really.
So I think how he's building his staff is with recruiters that really know the state and the culture and the region, and that's been an important shift for him. The Bo Davis thing is really interesting because you're right, Jake. The money was really negligible, and they were haggling really last week over about a difference of about $100,000 a year. But one thing, there's two things. Obviously, the opportunity to coach at his alma mater, and he had a lot of people leaning on him, a lot of people who he loves and respects. But the other thing, too, guys, is Bo Davis' son plays at Southeastern in Hammond, which is like 30 minutes from LSU.
I did not know that.
So I really think, and anybody that's a parent, I think, would understand the opportunity to be closer to your child. And guys, full disclosure, I have no idea if this is in the works or anything, but could you even get in a transfer, preferred walk-on type deal? He could coach his son. I don't know. But sometimes with coaching moves, family matters. There are more things that these men and women consider than just what's the dollar number. And I think that was the case with Blake Baker, whose wife was an all-SEC soccer player at LSU. And I think that's the case with Bo Davis as well.
Hey, YouTube, unlike Nick Saban, we're never going to retire. But man, it would be nice to have half the success that he did. And with your help, we can. So hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, turn that notification bell on. Go grab some merch, too, while you're at it.